Hi Floss Tube. It is Saturday, September 14th. I hope everybody's had a good week. On recording this video, I'm up to about 80th time is the charm. Hopefully we'll get it done this time. Did not get a lot of cross-stitching done this week, just busy. I have not finished my Ronald McDonald piece. I want to look and see if they have letters charted for the dedication at the bottom. And I can't seem to remember to do that when I get to the office where I can look on an actual computer instead of my tiny little phone. Why? I don't know. So I need to remember to do that so that I can get the piece finished. It shouldn't be that difficult. But I did start a new piece. Yeah, with 30 whips, why would you work on something you already have going? We might as well start something new. But it's small, so that's forgiving, right? And besides, who cares? I think we've decided on Start All the Things. So it's by Bent Creek, and it is a humbug. It also came with like a Y2K bug. There's a little pattern in there. Yeah, that's what it says under this little bug, Y2K. But how cute is that little fat humbug? It's freaking adorable. And I just used a little scrap piece of fabric. Sorry, my thread is everywhere. And this is what I got done. I may have only stitched on it last Sunday, but I don't know, maybe I did a morning this week. This week's schedules have been so that I haven't had my morning to myself to stitch, so any time in the mornings. When I was working on it though, over here, I think it was like on this one, see there are like 2 spaces between each one, and I accidentally skipped 3, and so it was off, and I had to frog all of that because I didn't know it was off until I got to the bottom. And isn't that the way that stupid frog always works? And that's it, guys. That is it. That's all the stitching I've done. The end. That is pathetic. And we shouldn't have to live our lives that way. It's just wrong. But it didn't matter. It is reality. Beverly Avenger, I hope I'm saying that right, had asked on full coverage pieces to see how people mark their charts and everything. My only full coverage piece has this much done. I haven't marked anything. And actually, this is the only chart that I've marked, this Celtic pumpkin by the sunflower seed. And this one is stitched in hand-dyed fabric, floss, well, and on fabric too. I'm just using DMC floss, and quite frankly, I'm stitching on a piece I already had of fabric. As a matter of fact, something got on it and it's stained at the bottom. I'm hoping that won't affect my piece, but it shouldn't. I've been working on this forever because I get frustrated with it easily. Because you can sit and stitch for an hour and just get nowhere. I don't know how people do Hades. I don't. Because it's got to be that same kind of frustration. I took this with us one time to San Antonio when we went for a weekend. And I spent hours and, you know, got like 3 lines. I don't know. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I started out trying to just stitch the orange. And I kept getting lost. Because of the intricacies of the design, I guess. My cat's trying to get in here. I kept getting lost So I am stitching it. I go one line across, and I do all the orange, and I cross, and I come back, and I do all the yellow. I go back and fill in with the yellow. And as I do it, when I finish the line, I mark it off all the way across. I'm under the fold, so that's good, right? Like I said, I don't know why I've had so much trouble keeping up with this, but that's what I've had to resort to. This was long before I found Floss Tube, and I had no idea that all the smart stitchers already knew about marking up patterns, and that the smart stitchers made a working pattern, because this is my original. I started marking it off out of frustration and necessity. I wish I had known that smart stitchers everywhere have been doing it for a long time, and I could have saved myself a lot of frustration. But that's one of the great things about Floss Tube, is that there's so many smart people out there, and they have so many wonderful ideas, and it's just like, all the time. It's like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? And it's wonderful. She got the door open. Because I didn't have it. There's something wrong with the handle, and I'm going to have a panic attack one of these days when I forget and I close it all the way. It's easier to open the door from the outside than it is from the inside. And I think the handle just needs to be tightened. But sometimes I can't get the door open to leave. So I just kind of have it pulled to. And she's gotten it open and is looking in here now. Anyway, kind of in the vein of how wonderful Floss Tube is, and the people that I just find brilliant when it comes to cross stitch. I don't know if they're brilliant in everything else in their lives, but I just find them to be brilliant in the cross stitch world. I know that Jessie Marie on Jessie Marie Does Stuff, if you've watched her channel, she's awesome. She's enthusiastic. She does beautiful work. She's got a lot of beautiful work going on. And some people, I guess, and I haven't looked, we're being ugly. I haven't looked because it doesn't matter what somebody's saying that's ugly. They're just ugly. But she feels bad about it, and that bothers me because she seems like such a nice person, and I don't care what ugly people think. And I wish that she didn't. I wish that, I wish that people weren't bullies, that people weren't mean. But even more than that, I wish that nice people would ignore it, could ignore it, and that she wouldn't get hurt by it. And I know it's human nature when somebody says something ugly, that resonates with us so much more than 10 people saying something nice. But these people, they have sad, pathetic lives and troll the internet looking for people to make feel bad. And if that's the way that you have to get your jollies, then as a person, you suck. I mean, you just suck. There's no way around it. If to feel good about yourself, you've got to go and try to hurt other people's feelings, then you just suck. It just is. And I really, really hate it that she's that this has hurt her. I'm not going to say that she's let it hurt her, because we all handle things differently. I do this for me. I do this for me. And I love that people subscribe and that people come and watch. I'm amazed that people want to hear what I have to say and want to see what I'm working on. And I think all of that is wonderful. But I don't understand people who don't even like cross stitch who come to say ugly things. And I've seen where people, they set up an account just so they can be jerks. And those people, Jessie Marie, if you watch this, do not deserve a second glance. They do not deserve the time of day from you. And they certainly don't deserve to be able to get to you. I hope that she can get to the place where she realizes that they don't matter and get back on Floss Tube as quickly as possible. Because she will be missed. She does beautiful, awesome things. And like the old saying goes, don't let the bastards get you down. But mostly, don't let the asses win. That's just no. Okay. Rant over. I just hate for ugly, mean, horrible people to get a second thought from anybody. And I don't want them to have the power over her emotions. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve the power over her. And sometimes that's a hard lesson for us to learn in life. It took me a lot of years to get there. So I hope to see you back soon, Jessie Marie, if you watch this. We miss you. I know a lot of people will. Anyway, I had gotten a question on the Uncle Sam. And seriously, I always want to call him a snowman Santa, and he's not at all. He's an Uncle Sam, clearly. On what magazine he came from. And it's out of this Leisure Arts Cross Stitch magazine. And it is from, I can't remember off the top of my head, August 1992. It is volume 6, issue number 5. And it's got the Uncle Sam on the front. Once again, I keep forgetting to even be able to look it up when I'm home, but I had all my stuff here and it crossed my mind, so I'm putting it in the video. So hopefully that information is out there now. I did get some new stuff. I got this little bee from Heart and Hand. I got it because to make for Dax. I'm not going to put the letter in it. I'll just go ahead and bring this little thing all the way around the little border. I don't think he'll really care for the letter. Actually, he probably won't even really care if I make this for him or not, but I'll like it, and really isn't that what this is all about. Anyway, and then Trisha at Left-Handed Stitcher is apparently an enabler. And you know it's true, Trisha. She is such an enabler that she sent me a link. Who does that? Who enables that bad? It's not even, hey, look at this. She sent the link. But it's adorable. So I went and looked and I downloaded it. And it's a free pattern. I stitch, therefore I stash. That's adorable. And as you can see, I was totally enabled. She said she thought I might like it, and she was absolutely right. It came from here, www.cross-stitching.com. I'll try to remember to put it down in the description stuff. But of course, because of evil Trisha, the enabler, she should change her name instead of Trisha the left-handed stitcher to Trisha the enabler. I also they have several free patterns. I downloaded this rooster. How cute is that? This cake. How cute is that? You could put like candles on it. And this cactus. I really liked the way the background is done. Isn't that neat? That's all I downloaded for now. I bookmarked the page. Thanks, Trisha. So yeah, there we go. More stuff because Trisha is an enabler. So then while I was out there in internet land, I downloaded this one from Brooks Books. How funny is that? I love that grumpy cat. Some days I feel like that grumpy cat. So I did that. I did actually make the bowl fillers out of those pieces I showed you last time. I cut them out. This one's got denim. This fabric, it's like I think a fiddler's cloth, is so loosely stitched. Look, I didn't get it tight enough, so it unwound. I'm going to have to see if I can't salvage it. This one, I did line it because this was so see-through. So I lined it with like just a cream muslin, and then I used a little strip of flannel with some boots on the back. I just used little scrap pieces because these are so small. I just dug through my little scrap basket of fabric. And then this one with the windmill, that piece of fabric, that's actually like a metal wheel from an antique tractor that's on that piece of fabric. Because who doesn't have fabric with antique tractors on it? Somebody just pulled up at my house, and I don't know who it is. It might be my son and his friend. I don't really know. I made some needle minders. I mean, it's not a stranger because we have a gate that they would have to know the gate code to get in. Unless they climbed it and pushed the button on the other side, but most people don't do that. Yeah. It's my son being dropped off. He spent the night at a friend's house last night. It's homecoming. The game was last night, and tonight is the dance. And good gravy. I bought his date, the homecoming mom. Oh my God. They cost so much money. Anyway, I made some needle minders. This is a little handmade button that fell off of a beach bag that I had. So I put some magnets on it. This little flag. And then I was cleaning up and I found this stuck back. This is a little glass piece that one of my daughters painted for me. I don't know, probably 10 years ago. I asked her when she did it, what am I supposed to do with it? What is it? And she's like, I don't know, whatever you want. So I came across it the other day, and I decided it would be a perfect needle minder. And since my daughter painted it, that makes it my favorite needle minder. So while I was busy gluing stuff, this little piece that I made, it's in an earlier video. I made it quite a while ago. I glued the cork lid in it. I bought some little hooks. I'm going to put in there and make a necklace with it. It's one that I cross-stitched it on, I don't know, it may be smaller than 22 count. It came out of a cross-stitch magazine, and it was supposed to be like if you were doing a button. So I did it on here. And I'll make a needle out of that, necklace out of that. And then I also made a little pin cushion with the cup and saucer and yellow fabric. You can see the design on the, and it's all glued together. It's not going to come apart. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I don't know why. It's got walnut seeds in it, which is good for your needles. I don't know why my top flattened out. I really like it usually domed. I think that I didn't get it crammed down into the cup as far as I wanted it. But I don't know how I feel about it. I might put it in my Etsy shop, but if I decide I don't really like it, I usually don't list stuff I don't like in there, so I don't know. I don't know about that. I stole a sweatshirt from my son because he never wears them. And I had seen a picture on something, maybe Pinterest, maybe a catalog or something for a sweatshirt with the lace heart on it that I really liked. So my son didn't want the sweatshirt, so I took it and put a piece of lace on it. And I've told you people before that I'm cheap. This lace, have you ever tried to buy lace by the yard? It is insane. So I bought a lace curtain panel. This is from a lace curtain that I cut up because I'm not making a wedding gown, So what's the difference? It'll work. So I did that. And I did dig out, Halloween decorations. And so I pulled out some of them that I had made. Last year, I made this little towel. As you can see, it says, if the shoe fits. I guess it's been about 3 years ago for Christmas. I guess this Christmas will be 4 years probably. My husband bought me, complete surprise, he went and did all of the shopping on his own. He didn't ask me anything because he knows that I wouldn't give him an answer. He went and bought me a Bernina sewing machine, and it embroiders, and so that's what I made this with. If I did it again, I think I would do this in a darker color. The green just doesn't show up very good. My husband's been prohibited from buying me gifts since then. That's like so much that it's just kind of like, okay, you win. You don't ever have to buy me another gift, ever. And the truth of the matter is, I have 6 sewing machines. I have another little clean spot out here in the dungeon because I took, one of my daughters talks about that she's interested in fashion, and last Sunday she needed to do a little work on her homecoming dress. Some of the straps were too loose and she needed to tighten them up. So I gave her one of my sewing machines. And she thought that I was bringing it to her to borrow, and I told her, no, it's yours. So look, now I'm down to 5. I have a sewing machine that is in the stand, which is falling apart, which belonged to my grandmother. It is in my dining room, of all places. It's like from the 1950s, I think. The high school home ec department was replacing theirs, and so my grandmother bought one of the old ones from them that they were getting rid of. It's a Singer, and it has all the attachments with it and everything. It's I would love to be able to just sit down and play with it. Who has time? Last year for my birthday, my parents gave me a treadle sewing machine that had belonged to one of my dad's cousins. She was big into quilting, and the sad part is she got killed in a car wreck last year. And when her kids were clearing stuff out, they were having a yard sale and selling off a bunch of stuff. I don't think any of them sews, that they didn't want. So my parents called them and asked them to hold the sewing machine and that they would be there to get it. I think they drove like 4 hours to go pick up the sewing machine and everything. And it has everything with it. It has attachments. It has the original book that goes with it. And it's in wonderful shape. Wonderful shape. So I would love to be able, it's all in working order. That's not true. Right now it's not. There's a belt that has to be put on it, but they got the belt and everything. I just need for Dax to do that for me. And I'd love to sit down and just play with it, with nothing real in mind, but whatever. And then I have another sewing machine that was my grandmother's, and let's see, the other one I got, I think when I graduated from high school, because I've always been one of those nerdy kids. I didn't want, super cool stuff. I wanted a sewing machine, so whatever. And the one I gave my daughter is the Singer that we had bought a few years ago. It's nothing fancy, it does minimal thing. It doesn't have a million stitches or anything like that, but she's excited, so that's what matters, right? Anyway, so I guess maybe that counts as a little bit more cleaning in the dungeon. There's another empty spot. But back to what we were talking about before I got off on sewing machines. Here's another piece that I made. This one, it's embroidered. I used crayons. All of the filling in is crayons, and the only thing stitched is just the black. Where you color on the fabric and then you iron over it. Well, you put something down, paper towel, something, and iron over it. And it makes the color permanent. And this was a free pattern, but I did it forever ago, and I don't even know where it was from. And as you can see, it is not dated. This little fabric on the back, silly little Halloween fabric. And then I have this one. It says, "A Merry Halloween." Again, I stitched it in 09. So, I got it right there. I have no idea where the pattern came from anymore. It's embroidered also. I have no idea if you can actually see this or not, because I cannot see a thing. I hope it showed in there. It was fun, and I really liked it because it says, everybody always says Happy Halloween, but I liked it because it was a little bit different, and because that bird cracks me up. And so that's what I have there. In cleaning, I came across a kit that I have no idea why I own. And so it's not anything I'm ever going to make. I don't know why I bought it. I don't know when it's from. It actually says 1997. It is I don't even know how you, Busela, I don't know the correct way to pronounce it. But as you can see, like, it's unopened. Like I said, I don't know why I bought it. Wyatt's is the first stocking I started, and none of my girls want that. But anyway, it's an unopened kit for a stocking. And I want to do a giveaway. So if you're interested in this, leave me a comment. Tell me why you love Christmas in the comments. And I will leave this open, let's see, until October 8th. When I record my October 8th video, I will draw a name. So anything that's there by October, it has to be there before I start my October. It has to be here, commented, before I start my October 8th video, which is usually on Saturday mornings. So that gives you plenty of time. If you're interested in this, like I said, tell me why you love Christmas, and I will be glad to get it off to somebody. There's no use in it sitting around here. Like I said, I don't know why I bought it. But it has everything in there. It's not been opened. Unfortunately, because it's older, the threads are all put together. Looks like I see a little tiny piece of, I'm sure it's going to be like DMC metallic gold. One strand it looks like. But this is the, this blue right here is the cross stitch fabric. It says it's a 28 count fabric. It has felt for the backing of it and everything that you need. So if anybody's interested, message down below, leave me a comment why you love Christmas. And that'll be one more step in getting the dungeon clean. I think that that's all I have. I apologize for the rant earlier, but not really, because I don't want mean people to have any power. And it's ours to give away or it's ours to keep. And I want us all to keep our power. So go out this week, get lots of stitching done. Keep your power and be happy. And leave a comment below why you love Christmas. Or if you're not interested in it, I love your comments anyway. And I love this community, and I just want all of us to get to enjoy what we're doing without comment from the naysayers. They don't get any say. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great stitchy week. Thank you for being a subscriber. For those of you that are, I appreciate it. I appreciate the likes. You guys are so awesome. And we'll see you next time, okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.